Hello and welcome to Crypto Novus, where newbies become masters. Yesterday, I did a video on Chainlink, and I talked about how it could reach $120 per coin in the next 5 years. So I wanted to take some time for myself to kind of dig in deeper into the product and see exactly, what is it about. I've obviously heard about Chainlink from other YouTubers. I've read some articles on it, and hence why I'm dollar cost averaging in. But I never really took the deeper dive myself to find out. So I went to the website and came across this blog where Chainlink themselves have articulated, that they believe they have got like 77 different use cases for their product. So I thought I'd take a moment kind of to share that and then take a relook at whether or not this could reach $120 per coin in the next 5 years. So stay tuned and we'll dive into this together. But before we do that, I want to take a look at Bitcoin IRA. For those of you who are looking to invest into cryptocurrency in a different way other than just buying and hodling coins, Bitcoin IRA is one of your options. They're an organization out in California. I personally have used them and would highly recommend them. Of course, you can see they have been reported on by Forbes, Wall Street Journal, as well as CNBC. They are an industry-leading platform. And for those of you who may not have an IRA, they do have what they call an IRA saver, where you can invest as little as $100 to start your IRA account. So for those of you, again, who are looking for an option other than gold or silver to invest your money, think about investing in Bitcoin IRA. Okay, back to Chainlink. So I went to the Chainlink site and found that this blog that I had mentioned earlier before, which is here, and it talks about 77 smart contract use cases enabled by Chainlink. So before we jump into that, I just want, for those that are maybe listening that don't know anything about Chainlink, what I'd like to do is I'd like to go here and let you listen straight from the horse's mouth a little bit about what is Chainlink.
Smart contracts are poised to revolutionize many industries by replacing the need for both traditional legal agreements and centrally automated digital agreements. But smart contracts can't access real-world data, such as data feeds, APIs, or banking systems, due to blockchain's consensus technologies. The way this problem is traditionally solved is through the use of blockchain middleware called an oracle. Oracles are defined as an agent that finds and verifies real-world data and submits this information to a blockchain to be used in smart contracts. But existing oracles are centralized services. Any smart contract using such a service has a single point of failure, making it no more secure than a traditional, centrally run digital agreement. Many centralized oracles rely on notarization or manual human input, slowing down the process and bringing in big levels of trust. Chainlink is a secure, cutting-edge Oracle middleware network that is fully decentralized by being based on blockchain technology. It allows smart contracts to access key off-chain resources like data feeds, APIs, traditional bank account payments, e-signatures, market data, weather data, sports scores, commodities trading, health claim data, and anything else you can conceive of.
So that kind of gives you a little brief understanding of what Chainlink is. Its history. It was created back in 2017, and right out the gate, it generated $32 million as startup capital. What is the purpose of Chainlink? Basically, as it mentioned, it's about smart contracts, which I think is very, very interesting. And if I were to do an analogy of how I see this, it's kind of like the company Blink in the electric car industry. For those of you that don't know, Blink is the one that is providing charging stations for the electric cars. And so if you're going to have electric cars, you're going to need somewhere to charge them. So you become highly necessary to have that your service becomes highly necessary. Well, in the case of smart contracts, you got to have some kind of a platform to execute the contracts. And so I have the sneaking suspicion, and then probably a lot of others that support this project, that Chainlink's going to be around for a while. So there's two ways, there's two purposes to it. One is the actual protocol or platform itself, and then the other is the token. Talked enough about the platform, but essentially here's kind of the highlights. The Chainlink platform is a decentralized network of nodes that enables real-world data to be made available on chain. So if you've got data and you're trying to transfer that data and utilize it, the smart contract is definitely the way to go. How people get paid in providing that service comes down here to the token. So basically here you've got the payment system and the staking system for those that are actually staking nodes and are having those nodes being used to transfer data. Going back to this article, this is where, for me, the rubber starts to meet the road. Is in any business investor, any business person is looking for, okay, what are the use cases surrounding the product, which is going to give it high utility and then longevity. And for Chainlink to come up with this list and provide it for people interested in their project, I think is obviously really, really smart. The first thing I noticed is that this article was originally written in 2019, and 2019 was a pretty decent year for Chainlink. At that time, they'd only come up with 44 ways. So here we are about a year and 7 months later, and they have come up with about 33 more ways. These are the different categories: decentralized finance, external payments, gaming, insurance, which is really interesting to me, enterprise systems, supply chain, utilities, authorization and identity, government, and then some other miscellaneous. Obviously, I'm not going to go through all 77. That would bore you and put you to sleep, and you'd click off the channel in a heartbeat. But what I do want to do is I want to go through just a couple of them before I talk about the ability for this coin to 10x in the next 5 years. So why don't you go ahead and let's take a dive into these categories. As you can see, the first two deal with money. So the first one that caught my attention was the DeFi dollar example, and I'll just this paragraph right in through here, is an example of a centralized meta stablecoin that uses the Chainlink price feeds, and this comes up a couple of different times, to track the price of underlying assets such as USD, USDT, DAI, and USDC. In the event that one or multiple of these tokens deviate from their 1-to-1 ratio to the US dollar, thus causing the US dollar to also lose its peg, a rebalance is triggered between the four reserves in order to preserve the dollar parity of the DUSD. Thought that was pretty interesting that it had that ability to do that particular item. Obviously, can you be used in money markets and futures, options? So obviously, those of you that are into trading, this particular, and everybody's into trading, right? This particular coin becomes very useful in that endeavor. Here's an example of how it's utilized in the money markets. Okay, Aave is an example of one of the on-chain money market protocols that uses Chainlink price feeds, again, to fetch market data for nearly 24 different cryptocurrencies supported on the platform. With this real-time price data, the Aave protocol is able to calculate the valuation of each user's collateral and debt in order to determine when liquidation should be initiated. And this is the key part. This ensures that Aave protocol is always sufficiently collateralized, protecting billions of US dollar value in their deposits. So we'll continue just to kind of scroll down, but you can kind of see all of the different use cases as it comes to finance. So I'm going to scroll all the way down into the payment category. There's staking, rebasing. Here's external payments. In terms of cryptocurrency payments, I thought this was interesting. Alchemy and Paycoin are examples of hybrid crypto fiat payment platforms that will use the Chainlink price feeds again to determine exchange rates, allowing users to pay with a wide range of cryptocurrencies while the merchant still receives their preferred form of payment. And I think that's going to be highly, highly useful. So, here's another one for employees, employee salaries, remittance. Then it gets into the gaming industry, which is obviously a big industry within cryptocurrencies, or the use of cryptocurrencies within that particular industry. Now, in gaming, this random rewards and what's called NFTs is another great example. So Evolution Land is an example of an on-chain gaming project using Chainlink, the VRF, to quickly and efficiently mint NFTs with random selector attributes that are distributed as random rewards when players open treasure boxes. I've heard a little bit about this, don't know a lot, but again, the gaming industry being what it is, and considering the billions of dollars that run through that in terms of products and things that they can buy actually on the various platforms, again, this gives it a good, strong use case and a very good sense of longevity as that market and industry begins. This section on insurances I thought was really, really interesting. Partially because I'm an architect, and I'll get into that in a second, but it has this ability to help with crop insurance, and they gave an example here of Arbol, a smart contract based on weather coverage and solution uses Chainlink oracles to fetch rainfall data sets from the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. Great piece of use there. Flight insurance, again, dealing with weather and the delays caused by that. It can then help in that arena. It does so with car insurance. This I thought was really interesting when in return in terms of car rental. It says here, these functionalities come together to create a complex car rental contract for a Tesla vehicle using a custom external adapter. As vehicle-based APIs grow more sophisticated, new forms of insurance will become available, including parametric car insurance that triggers based on the numerous impacts, the sensors, and the vehicle, and insurance discounts based on metrics like mileage driven per vehicle. Up here it talks about Link My Ride made use of some of these data points, allowing the smart contract to specify a rental period, unlock the vehicle doors for the renter, record the length of time it was rented, record the mileage that was driven, and then determine the remaining battery charge and automate the rental payments. I mean, that's AI all over, man. And so I found that extremely interesting. And then I'll just hit this last one, which deals with home insurance. And because we're dealing with smart homes now, or AI run homes, it's obviously becoming a leader in the housing industry. And again, they're wanting to use these sensors for homes that you may not be attending, such as 1B1 on Airbnb. And it says, especially useful for vacation homes and other residences that are not used year-round. Insurance products can be wired to detect broken pipes, malfunctioning solar panels, or even home intrusion as a means for more direct skin-in-the-game alarm system protection from companies. Again, these are all great use cases, and I've only just hit on probably a half a dozen, and they yet have another 70 left. Some of which are still in kind of an ideation stage. Some of which they've moved past the ideation stage, and a developer has kind of developed it, but it really hasn't been used by a company. So they've got a ways to go, but at least they're forethinking of how they can enhance the overall cryptocurrency market, and become a product that is utilized by everybody. Hence, given, like I said, strong utility and strong use case for and longevity. So, I see this in a little bit different light than I did before. I can definitely say that I'm glad that I am investing in it. And let's take a look at now in terms of the dollars of it. So again, Chainlink right now is trading at $12.52 per coin. It's down a little bit. Everyone's hoping that it'll get back up into the $17, $18 range before it hits the 20. in the article that I mentioned yesterday from Coinpedia, here are the projections of, this is Wallet Investor projecting it maybe at 82. We've got Digital Coin Data. Its projection for 2021 would be around $32. Trading Beast, it projects it in 5 years at about 82. And then Coinpedia itself, it does this projection around 121. In looking at the coin here on CoinGecko, what I studied yesterday is that the sentiment for the coin is extremely high, and I can see even more reason as to why that is the case. Since its inception, we can take a look at here at the all-time low, which was at 14 cents. Since that time, it has basically done an 81x. So to figure that in the next 5 years, and it's released only 40% of its coins, so it's just under 400 million coins have been released out of the 1 billion. So I think it's very safe to say that it can release the remaining 60% in the next 5 years. And it's not unreasonable to believe that with the kind of use cases that they have listed, and the fact that they have become a utility within the industry for smart contracts and have focused on that niche, to go another 10x from where they are now really isn't. It's conceivable. It's actually conceivable. What that would mean from a market cap scenario, because the market cap right now is sitting at, let's just say 600, and I'll just say $650 billion is the market cap. So the market cap would have to go 10x as well, because right now, if you just do the math between the market cap of 4.8 for the value of Chainlink divided by the $640 billion of the overall market cap, it's about 0.6% is its value. If it retained its position, this market cap in 5 years would have to go to 6.5 trillion. I'm not sure that it would necessarily do that, but I could see Chainlink moving up in the ranks. Right now, it's ranked at number 7, and if more and more coin projects, and there's 6,000 of them, continue to start to use this, the ranking could move up from 7 to maybe 5 or so, and its market cap could definitely increase, or its market share could increase from a 0.6% to, let's say, maybe 1%, or maybe double that to 0.2%. In that case, I could see this moving from, $12.23 or 50 cents as to where it is right now to 120 per unit. So that's my review for today. I hope that was very helpful to you. It definitely was to me. It gave me a lot more insight into this project and what to watch for on this project. So I hope those things helped you as you're making your investment decisions as to whether to invest in Chainlink or how much to invest in Chainlink. Like I said, in my case, I'm doing dollar cost averaging, and I think that's the right move for me to do at this point in time. So that's it for now. This is Crypto Novus, where newbies become masters, and we'll see you next time.